What is your content worth? Well, only you can really decide that. I would argue the most important thing is what people will actually pay for your content. We can talk all day about what makes content good, bad, better, or worse, but none of that matters as much as the way it's presented and delivered. In this video, I'm going to show you how to increase the value of your OnlyFans content without changing the content itself. It's best if I demonstrate this first point with an analogy. Let's say you asked me to give you a lift to the airport tomorrow. Which of these responses would you appreciate more? Sure, I can. I mean, you'd be thankful I said yes after all, but how about this? I mean, it's a bit hard because I've got work until 4 a.m. tonight. It'd be difficult, but I really want to help. Look, just because it's you and I know how much this trip means to you, I'll do it because I really don't want you to be late. You would appreciate that so much more. I said yes in both instances, but you appreciated the second one because of the way I framed it. This directly applies to the way that you sell OnlyFans content. You can increase the value of something by making it seem like you're doing them a favor. And the simplest way to do that is to say more and say it slower. Here's an example. A fan asks you, can I get a custom video? You could go, yeah, sure, it's $150 a minute. Or you could go, I mean, I'm not sure. When people ask me, I usually say no because I'm not sure if I'm comfortable doing content that personal on here yet. I don't know. I mean, I suppose because it's you and you've always been respectful to me, I'll make an exception this one time, but you better get it before I change my mind. They will be prepared to pay so much more for that second offer because they feel like you're doing them a favor. One of the keys is to seem nervous, hesitant, but also excited. You don't want to just seem like you really don't want to do something. You want to seem like you're making a big exception. Just make it seem like it's important to you. It's not just nothing, $150 a minute. It's a big deal. And everything you do should be a big deal, from selling pay-per-views. I mean, I have a video like that, but I was going to delete it. I'm not really sure if I like it or if I'm comfortable having it at all. I'll show it to you as long as you promise not to judge me for it, rather than going, yeah, sure. Do you see the difference? There's also customs, like that example I just used, or even discounting content. If someone asks you, oh, can you lower the price a bit? I'm not going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't do that. But if you do it, why would you just go, yeah, sure, I'll lower the price? They're going to come to expect that. So if you want to make it seem like a big deal, make them appreciate it, say it slower, seem nervous, hesitant, and excited, something like this. I mean, I'm usually firm on my prices. I don't really like discounting too much. Look, because we've been having fun and it's you, I'll do it just this one time, so get it before I change my mind. If you can just change your language, make everything a big deal, people are going to be prepared to pay so much more for your content, services, etc. For better or worse, I have read a lot of OnlyFans DMs, and one of the things that I see so often is that when people are trying to get a subscriber excited to buy a certain video, maybe a custom, they don't really know what to talk about to make it enticing. So they just resort to, this will be my hottest video ever. This is my best video. This will be so much fun. I really want you to see it. Whatever. Instead of doing that, here are 3 pillars of value that you can use when you're trying to get a subscriber excited about something. Pitch an idea to them that will actually make them feel like it is valuable. Exclusivity. People are inclined to pay a premium for things that other people don't have. This applies to every market in the world. OnlyFans is no different. Use language like, people ask me to do that stuff all the time and I always say no. This would be the first time I do something like this. I'm never making something like that again. Nobody else has a video of me doing that. It's not enough just to say it once. You need to learn to speak with enough conviction that they actually believe that no one else has it. Going back to what I said before, make it a big deal and they'll be way more inclined to pay more for it. Now, some subscribers will pay much more for content they feel has sentimental value, mainly those simpy subscribers that feel a strong connection. They'll pay more for things that bring them closer to the creator. I do not see enough people capitalizing on this. The amount of times we've sold videos of creators getting ready in the morning, just eating, cooking, doing their makeup, shit that you wouldn't think someone would pay for. As long as you find the right subscriber and you pitch it the right way where they genuinely feel like it's going to strengthen the bond somehow, they'll pay so much for it. Not to say this doesn't apply to explicit content as well, but it gives you a good way to sell other content that a lot of people don't really think about. People will also pay for personalized content, content that feels suited to their preference, something that is exactly what they want. Now, there are two ways to go about this. Obviously, you could just make them a custom where they can choose exactly how it's going to be made and they'll pay more for it. Or you can just not be specific with what content you have. Once you find out what they like, start to say something like, you know what, I'm gonna make you something exactly the way you want it. I know exactly what you want, just hear me out, give me a minute, send them a pay-per-view, they'll wanna buy it, assuming it's something they actually want. Now, these pillars of value become even stronger when you use them all in conjunction. Let's say a subscriber is really into feet, okay? You say to them, I don't usually make videos like that. I'm not really comfortable with foot content yet for whatever reason. But I feel like if I did make it, it would bring us closer together because it would be pushing my comfort zone. Then either you could say, I know exactly how you want it made. I'm gonna do it, just trust me. Or if you want to make a custom, you could say, what would you want me to wear? Where would you want me to take it? And all of those pillars of value in combination will make them way more likely to see this video as valuable, as opposed to just going, yeah, I can make you a video of my feet, $50. If you want to charge more for your content, it can help to keep your prices private. It's quite common for creators to have some kind of tipping menu or price list on their page or sent out in the DMs. And there are some cases where that makes heaps of sense. If you've got a super high traffic account, sure, it can be beneficial that when people come to the account, they can clearly see what kind of content you do and what kind of prices they should be prepared to pay for it. The thing is, I see a lot of smaller and medium-sized creators that just see big creators doing that and think they should do the exact same thing. By having public prices, inherently, you're putting a ceiling on what you can charge for content. By using OnlyFans to make money, you have a unique advantage in that your customers don't know how much each other are paying for the same content. You can charge $10 for this one piece of content for this person and $1,000 for this person. But by making your prices visible, it becomes a lot harder to do that because people are going to be less likely to want to pay more than what you've listed the price as. And if you think about it, it's a bit harder to make the content seem exclusive. If you've got in your bio, I do solo content, BG tapes, custom videos, then people are going to know that you've done that content before. And like we were saying, exclusivity makes content appear more valuable. So again, not essential in every case, but on a smaller to medium-sized account, this can really help. Now, if you don't want to go all out and get as much money out of everyone as possible, which is fair enough, something else you can do, which is one step down from that, is have multiple tipping menus, multiple price lists. Let's say a new subscriber subscribes to your account. You don't send them any price list for the first 3 days just to gauge whether they're going to spend or not. After that, you can start to send them a standard price list, which would be your normal average prices, let's say. If they're continuously buying everything you put in front of them, you can have a more expensive price list that you use for them from then on. And if they're not buying anything, you can start sending them a cheaper price list. You can make this a lot easier by categorizing your fans using lists. And there's two common ways to do that. You can either put fans in lists based on preference. So maybe you could put a poll on your main feed. What kind of content do you want? This or this or this, feet, solo, BG, whatever it is, put them in a list correlating to that content, and then you can send them that content for more expensive. You can also use their total spend. So if you use a CRM, maybe Inflow, BuddyX, things like that, they usually have a feature where you can put fans into lists based on how much they've spent. The only issue with that is it's not entirely accurate. Let's say you have a fan who they've spent $1,000, but it's all in cheap content. They buy a lot of cheap content. If your high spender list was $1,000 plus, then you'd start sending them expensive content that they're not going to pay for. So just because someone has spent a lot of money doesn't mean that they pay high prices. Something to think about. But ultimately, it's up for you to decide, do you want the ease of having your prices right there so it's easy for people to just come on and buy, or do you want to make them private so that you can charge more for it? It's easier to get more out of the big spenders. I hope you're taking value from the video so far. If you are, I would love it if you just quickly leave it a like. It helps me out a lot. I drop videos like this multiple times a week, so if they help you, consider subscribing, share it with your friends, and if there are any videos that I could make to help you with a problem you're facing, leave it in the comments and I'll try to get to all of them. Thank you. Something I see a lot of creators and chatters do when selling high ticket items like custom videos or video calls that really doesn't help you charge more is they'll start breaking down the price to the fan. Let's say a fan asks you for a custom video and you start going, that'll be $150 a minute, and if you want me to wear this lingerie, it's another $50, and if you want me to say your name, it's another $100. Don't do that. By breaking down the price, you are literally opening the door to negotiation and bargaining. Instinctively, they're gonna hear that and start going, well, do I really want 5 minutes? Do I really want her to wear that lingerie? Do I really care if she says my name? And they're gonna start trying to make it cheaper. It also productizes the offer. It seems transactional, like something that you do all the time for other people, which inherently makes it less valuable to them. I would strongly advise you, and we sell a lot of customs, I have a whole video on it there, that you should drop a fixed price instead of breaking down the price. It allows you to charge more, it allows you to increase your prices next time. If you go $150 a minute this time, it's hard to go $200 a minute next time. But if you go, this video is $500, then next time you go to sell them a custom, you can be like, this is way more special, way more unique, I've never done this one before, that's $800, and it'll be way easier to sell them. As long as you go through the process where you pitch the idea to them, where you seem super nervous, hesitant, but excited about it, get them excited and impulsive, and when they're peak horny and they really want it, that's when you drop the price and that's when they buy it. In all of sales, they say that the deal will die in the details. This is especially true for OnlyFans chatting because you are relying on them being horny and impulsive and excited and talking about the video length and the fucking specifics of the outfit. It doesn't do that, and that's where you lose them. So aside from it making them pay less generally, it also makes them a lot less likely to buy at all. Sure, there are going to be some fans that insist on getting all the details, ironed out. That's fine, just don't opt to do that yourself. Another little tip that really helps is when you drop that price, you can frame it right. So going back to framing, the first thing, instead of going, would you be happy to do it for 500, 1,000, 2,000? You could go, I'd be happy to do it for 500, 1,000, 2,000. You're framing it like you're doing them a favor. It makes them perceive it as more valuable. Now, the time when you're most likely to damage the perceived value of your content is when a subscriber doesn't make it easy, when they don't buy. That's when some chatters, creators, whatever, will start going, oh, please buy it, don't you want to see it? I made this just for you. The framing is off. You want to use FOMO to get them to buy. And this seems weird and counterintuitive at first, but trust me, it makes people so much more likely to pay more for your stuff. If you send a pay-per-view to someone and they don't buy it, for whatever reason, that's too expensive, I'll get that later, whatever it may be, if you go, oh, but I really want you to see that, I made that for you. If you chase them, they will have less desire to buy that. But if you make them chase you, it will make them want to buy it more. And now you might be thinking, oh, but they didn't want to buy it in the first place. That's why you need to flip the frame on them. You should instead go, to be honest, I'm actually kind of glad. That video was way too much. I never usually do stuff like that on here. I'm kind of embarrassed by it. I'll probably just delete it. By pushing them away, you'll make them want to see it so much more. I have seen this work countless times, and it works in so many different circumstances. If you were trying to sell someone a custom video and they go, that's too expensive, you could go, you know what, honestly, I'm not sure about doing it actually, it was probably a bad idea. I get carried away sometimes and I do these things that I'll regret. If you keep talking about it and you're not being pushy because you're just talking about how thankful you are that you're not doing it, it takes practice, but if you get it right, they're gonna start going, oh, but now I kind of want to see, now I feel like my chance is slipping away. You see, when they have the power and they can say no, that's when they don't fucking want it. But the second that you flip that on them and they start going, oh, but no, actually, I want to see it. People want what they can't have. People have monkey brains. It really works. Go as far as unsending the pay-per-view. Seem glad they didn't buy. Talk about it for a while, how thankful you are that they didn't see this video that you're so self-conscious about, you're so embarrassed of. Then you can give them one more chance to see it, going, I can't even believe that I'm giving you another chance to buy this. So get it if you want, otherwise I'm unsending it and deleting it forever. You need to think about it. At best, they buy it. Everyone's happy. At worst, you didn't lower your content value, you didn't chase them down, you didn't keep dropping the price, dropping the price, dropping the price. Speaking of, over-negotiating is so harmful. If you send someone a video for 100 and they don't buy it, and you go, okay, I'll do it for 80, they don't buy it, 60, they don't buy it. Don't keep lowering the price. It's gonna make them think that it is not worth anything. If you're a solo creator and you want to raise your prices, there's one thing that you can do right now, I guarantee it, that an agency could do for you, and it'll seem like your earnings go up a lot, but you could do it right now. All that is just ask more. This is what 90% of agencies do. That makes it seem like the earnings have just gone up. Well, it's magic. I promise you, you can just do it yourself. If you're charging $100 for a custom, that is cheap. You can charge more. It's like amazing. Use the strategies that I just gave you, but I guarantee you just by asking, you'll make more money. It may be harder with your current fan base, but when you get new subscribers, just raise your prices by 20%. In fact, push the prices up so high that you think, ooh, I don't know if someone would actually pay that. You will be so surprised. In fact, even with subscribers that you already have, you can increase the price too. Use those strategies I went through, and I promise you, if you just keep bumping it up bit by bit, people will shock you. Now, the point of this whole video was to show you how to increase prices without improving your content. But that's not to say that content can't be improved and optimized to make you more money. That's why I made an entire video about all the different kinds of OnlyFans content and how you can adjust how you make it, how you sell it to make more money from it. So that's there. You should watch that next. Watch it. Enjoy the rest of your day.